Shall we begin? Let's begin now. Shall we begin?
Aloha, Aquarius. This is Stephanie with the Whispering Dragonfly coming to you with your spirit messages for the year 2022. This is your yearly reading. Awesome. Cannot believe it's already going to be 2022. Things are going quickly around here. So thank you guys so much. Before we get started, I just want to give big thank yous. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. Thank you for donating for those who have donated. Thank you for those who have commented. All of those things help my channel to grow and expand. I'm so appreciative. Also, if any of you have been wanting to work with me personally, I am opening up one-to-one mentorships. I also have private readings available. So how you would get in contact with me is just email me. We will do a private phone consultation to figure out what would be the best thing for you in order to get your goals and outcomes and to live happy and thriving. My email is thewhisperingdragonfly@gmail.com. Just send one over and we will work together. Okay, get you your goals in 2022. All right, enough announcements. Let's get started. Okay, here we have Hawaiian salt. We'll take a little pinch. Gives you your minerals and it clears your energy. So what we're going to do at Aquarius is a general overview and a quarterly overview, and then at the end we'll do a love overview as well. So first part's going to be general. So we're going to get an overarching archetype, your general energy for the year 2022 for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. What's going to be their main theme and focus for the year. And 2022 is a 6 year. 6 is the number of power, love, harmony, the lovers. It's the card of high magic. Okay, it's the representation physically is the Star of David. As above, so below. Okay, it is a representation of the Merkaba, so our spiritual vehicle that we astrally travel in. Okay, so Aquarius, there is these updates in the harmonies of the collective. Now we also have gone Venus retrograde, and Venus retrogrades from December 19th, 2021 to January 29th, 2022. It's in Capricorn, so when a planet goes retrograde, it sort of leaves its energy. It looks like it's going in reverse motion. Venus has to do with our relationships, how we relate in our family, love life, who we marry, luxuries. And this is reevaluating what you want in relationships. So that's up at the beginning of the year collectively. And now how it'll affect you depends on how it is in your chart. But until January 29th, there will be a great reflection period that's going to yield the results later in the year. And so this is a time to really decide what it is you want in love. What do you want your life to look like? Who do you want to become? Okay. And so we have restraint. Restraint. Okay, beautiful. And that has some sort of bird. I want to say like pigeon or dove on there. Okay. And then we have adventure. All right. So I feel like there is going to be this balancing for you, Aquarius, both of restraint and adventure. So I feel like, and then we have this has the phoenix on it, as well as a bull skull. So those may definitely play a part in your year. So I feel like this is twofold. They're showing me a couple of different things. It's interesting. This gentleman looks very similar from the eyes. Okay, so I feel like the beginning of the year you'll be in a little bit of restraint and self-reflection for the first half of the year, and then you let your hair down, Aquarius, and then you're in adventure. So look at these guys together, really similar. It's like he's got his hair up into the thing on this one. Okay, So I feel like there's going to be an energy of balance and harmony, which is the general energies. But we have 52, which yields to a 7, so that's this year of truth, and 35, which yields to an 8, which is the self. So I feel like you're going to be learning when to restrain and when to adventure, okay? And seeing life as an adventure this year. Like I said, the first part of the year, Aquarius, I'm feeling like you're making changes. There's this energy of, and we'll look more deeply into it quarterly, but there's this energy of restraining self because you're starting something new. Like maybe not going out as much or doing all the things that you normally would because you're building something in the first half of the year. And the second half of the year is the fruition and the adventure of it all. Okay, but let's look a little more deeply. We're going to get an energy oracle card for quarterly here, and then we'll get tarot as well to clarify. Okay, that number again. Cool. Okay, 2 and third quarter, please. Nice. And fourth quarter. Beautiful. And then first quarter for Aquarius. Wow. Second quarter. Third quarter. Let me get the cards on the table and then we'll talk, Aquarius. All right. And fourth quarter. Beautiful. Okay. Cool. So first quarter, we have Goddess of the Moon with the Tower. Okay. So I feel like Aquarius this first quarter, you're going to be doing some major introspection. Goddess of the Moon reminds me of the Moon card. This is the intuitive faculties. This is illumination, seeing through the veil. And that's why we have this restraint at the beginning, because you're going to have a tower moment. This is unexpected change. So I feel like anything that has been stuck for you, Aquarius, or just hasn't been flowing the way that you've wanted it to, it's going to clear. You're going to get clarity in this first quarter. As you're doing that introspection with the Venus retrograde, you're absolutely going to figure out what you want for your life. I feel like for some of you, you may change jobs rather quickly, or relationships rather quickly. We'll get into the love sector later. My stomach just started to turn, so I feel like that makes you a little bit nervous, but they are wanting you to be balanced and have that adventuresome spirit. I feel like there is great intuition and illumination in your intuitive faculties so that you can see what your next steps are. Okay? And it's shaking out old stagnant energy. So any energy that, you know, the Tower comes when we've known we've needed to make a change and then haven't made the change. Now for some of you, because we have restraint at the beginning and the Tower, for some of you, you may be doing a new diet change or a new health regimen. So you may be restraining on certain foods. That's pretty common at the beginning of the year. And with this illumination and the Tower moment, it's like the perfect combination to make the changes that you've been wanting to make. So for those of you who have health things going on, you're going to be able to make that change here at the beginning of the year. And it's almost like you don't have a choice but to make the change. And same thing for jobs. I feel like many of you are going to go through like an unexpected whirlwind of change, but it's positive. It feels like because it's there's a bit of restraint, but it's restraint by choice. So I feel like anything that this Tower funnels out, it reminds me a little bit of a tornado in that sense. Anything that the lightning sort of disassembles, is going to be for your benefit. It's going to lead to positive adventure later on in the year. So this is a beautiful time of illumination and really rapid change. And so what has felt stuck previously is now going to be in movement, illuminated. I'm really excited for you, Aquarius, because it feels like you've been doing well. I feel like Aquarius, you guys are the innovators, all right? And you've been doing supremely well. And we have just entered the age of Aquarius, so we're all learning how to be more Aquarian, okay? But I feel like there's a couple different areas of your life that like some of you may have been in a career for too long that hasn't felt good, and now you're moving into your specialty or into a new specialty. Some of you have been working on your health and well-being, or even your love life. Like there's unexpected changes that are really for your benefit, okay? And then second quarter, and it's so funny, Penny just got a huge dose of energy and was running around. She wants to come up here. No, ma'am, we're working, okay? In a minute. All right, second quarter. We have fifth chakra, throat chakra, and that's Archangel Gabriel. We have the temple path, beautiful, and the 8 of coins. So this is beautiful. You're learning how to express. Again, first half of the year, there's a bit of restraint. I feel like many of you will be working on how you express to others. I'm seeing some of you with this temple path. It's a very spiritual path. I feel like you're going to be moving into spiritual trade. Some of you may be doing more spiritual work because the 8 of coins is mastery of your own work, okay? So some of you may be making actual money from a spiritual type of job, but you're taking a more sacred path. Because we've got this restraint in the throat chakra, some of you might be moving into like more mindfulness, learning how to express yourself in a more elevated way. You're working on how you show up in the world. And I'm seeing some of you writing a book, like you have information. It's like this second quarter, it's like the expression and the information just comes out of you. And I feel like some of you might do that auditorily, because I'm seeing you with like your phone recording the whole thing, and then it'll be translated to writing. But there's a huge self-expression that's about to happen for you guys, and it's a really spiritual nature. So I feel like this first quarter, whatever spiritual awakening that you have, or whatever ideas or inspiration that comes through this illumination, this second quarter you're going to be working on it, and it's going to yield really beautiful results for you. So you're elevating spiritually in a big way, and I feel like that elevation also leads to financial elevation as well. For some of you, because they're telling me channeling. So for some of you, you may be channeling higher beings or star beings, or your higher self in such a way that's going to be useful to others. So that won't be for everybody, but for those of you who are starting to feel like you're channeling, that's going to be, you're really going to be working on that and coming into attunement with it in harmony. Third quarter, we have the door to spirit. It is open. And we have death, okay? Now, for some of you, that could mean like a literal death in your world, not you, but there may be, you may have that. A lot of people are transitioning off of the planet, and the air signs have all had this death card, okay? But death also, this is the card of Scorpio, which is death and rebirth. And Scorpio takes you into the shadows, the underworld. They take you into the dark sides of the psyche so that you can balance it, okay? And that door to spirit is open. Now, I am seeing this peace stuff here, so they're very well, like I said, maybe, again, channeling. Some of you are mediums, okay? So this year, you're moving into adventure at this part of the year. So some of you may have gifts that are opening on a spiritual level that are really different. Like you may be a medium, you may be able to channel those who have crossed over, because this door to spirit is open for you. And that's the first time I've had that particular card in the readings. And so now is the part of the year where you're moving into the adventure energy. And it does feel like an adventure. So for the most of you that are watching this, this does feel like your spiritual gifts of mediumship and channeling are really coming in. I do always tend to do my readings for a higher level and the gifts, ascension gifts that are coming through. For others of you, it feels like you're just like on a work type of thing. You are working through inspiration, okay? You're doing a bit of a death to the old way of how you showed up in the world, how you did work in the world, and now you're moving into a new. But for the most part, the major energy that I'm getting is these spiritual gifts coming through, and it's like, it feels like an adventure, okay? It feels like you can let your hair down and just have this phoenix rising. And I'm amused that third quarter, we're moving into adventure, and look, he's got the phoenix on his head, and Scorpio, its sign, and beyond the scorpion, is actually the phoenix, okay? So phoenix rising here in the third quarter. Fourth quarter, you have Angel of Balance and Four of Wands. So as you're going on this adventure here, you have reason to celebrate, and you're coming into balance, and it's beautiful. You're balancing, gosh, it's such a spiritual read for you guys, Aquarius. You're balancing really high-end knowledge and technology with the spiritual realms, okay? You're balancing your spiritual and earthen worlds, as above, so below. I feel like many of you really understand, because they're showing me those pyramids and like the angel and the childlike innocence. I feel like, Aquarius, you really have that childlike innocence that yields innovation. Four of Wands is a cause for celebration, gathering with people. I feel like fourth quarter, you're gonna really balance and gather with people, share the knowledge that you have learned, be adventurous, but balance that adventuresome spirit and being overtly social with restraint. You have learned through this year how to balance that out, that you can't just be restrained all the time, that you also have to have adventure, and that's coming into fruition. This also is called the halfway to marriage card, so we'll get to love later, but it's fun because I feel like you're marrying your spiritual self, and you're like, learn that door is opening. Wands also have to do with passion and the fire inside, and you are really getting an elevation of energy. My penny girl just has like so much energy right now. She's like zooming across the floor if you can hear her. And so that's telling me that your energy is really going to ramp up in the fourth quarter of the year 2022. And that's a beautiful, beautiful energy. It feels like you're going to be balanced inside and out. And there's a cause for joy here. It feels like you get your passion back and your mojo back, and like there's such an elevation in your spiritual realm that it's happening for collectively. But Aquarius, it's like, it's hard to describe. It's almost like I'm hearing these, like I'm seeing geometry, and I'm hearing these like foreign or lighter languages. Like you're really connecting in with these high vibrational, like my eyes feel a little crossed, like I'm looking just through my third eye right now, and it's like you are really coming into some beautiful spiritual energy. So they're asking you to stay grounded because you're going to be kind of floating a little this year because of all the updates. All right, let's switch gears and look at love for all four quarters. Oops. Alright, okay, that's way too many. Alright, love for Aquarius, quarter one. Let's shuffle one more time, so I will. Perfect. quarter 2. Okay, quarter 3 and quarter 4. All right. So first quarter, you have sexual union. It says, honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. Okay. We have Goddess of the Moon in the Tower with this sexual union. For many of you that are single, I feel like you've been in a friendship. I feel like there's going to be illumination from someone that they are interested in you. The Tower is really unexpected. I feel like you're going to move into sexual union with someone that maybe you were interested in, or they were kind of a secret admirer, because as I was shuffling your cards, secret admirer was overturned already. And so it feels like that illumination is going to happen, and it's going to be a bit shocking to you, but it's going to be very, very positive. For you that are coupled, I feel like whatever it has been, like that maybe your that area has been in full-on restraint, or you maybe haven't been as intimate sexually with your partner, but there's some truths that are being illuminated that really like shocks the system in a positive way and brings you guys closer together. So I feel like this is a beautiful time of intimacy. It's a beautiful time, like Spirit's taking you out of restraint in this occasion, because I feel like Aquarius, you have been kind of, what they're showing me, on ice in that relational regard. And because we're moving into a year of love and harmony and lovers, you're starting the year off like with that sexual union, but it does feel unexpected. Okay, so I feel like for those of you that are single, Venus retrograde does bring back some ex-lovers. If you're not wanting that, you just certainly don't have to create that, but it feels like there's an unexpected call or situation that brings you into union with that beloved. Okay, second quarter, we have trust. It says transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. Okay, we have fifth chakra, which is communication, the temple path, and 8 of coins. So Spirit's saying communicate and trust that everything's working out. So I feel like the energies of the second quarter, what I'm noticing from the readings that I've done so far, are a bit transformative. And so they're saying, trust in this relationship. So I don't feel like you're going to be straight on into a relationship, those of you that are single, with the person that you do sexual union with at the beginning. I do feel like it may move into that. But this second quarter, they're saying trust. You're on this spiritual path. They are wanting you to express yourself. And because sometimes Aquarians, you guys are beautiful in both your quick minds and your humanitarianism, but sometimes it's hard for you to express emotions. And so this is saying, this would be a good time to trust yourself, but elevate your thinking in your love relationships and really work on it. It feels like both parties are absolutely willing to work on this. So, and to be in this together, but I feel like there's a slight amount of like insecurity coming from you, Aquarius, which is normally not your mojo. But there's something in this particular union that is bringing up some trust issues. And so they're just saying trust it, because essentially you're trusting yourself, not the other person, okay? But it feels really good. It feels like both people are elevating spiritually and willing to work on it. Third quarter in love, we have transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. So what may have started out what seemed like a fling at the beginning of the year, we've moved through half of the year and it's transforming. This transformation comes with the card of transformation, death and rebirth, with the doorway to spirit. Y'all, you are elevating in your love relationships. If you are already paired, your relationship's going to switch to a beautiful, more spiritual new level. Okay? Love conquers all things. So third quarter, and collectively as well, the third quarter feels like a real deepening in relationships with the first 6 readings that I've done. Okay, so in general, I don't know what the astrology is, but there is a new beautiful adventure happening for you, Aquarius, that you are deepening your relationship, you're transforming. So all the things that you've needed to trust in that second quarter, that Spirit would work things out, that you're adjusting your vibration. Third quarter, you've got it. Okay. And then we have friendship. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship, and your love life will dramatically improve. Okay. And then we have the Angel of Balance and the Four of Wands. Again, Four of Wands is halfway to marriage card. But you know, the person that you're in love with, okay, that you're in a relationship with, it's important for a lifelong relationship that you be friends, that you enjoy one another. So I feel like in addition to where it may have started out primarily sexual at the beginning of the year, you're balancing out at the end of the year to be, and Penny's like licking me on both legs. You're balancing out, okay, the love and emotion, and allowing yourself to deepen your friendship, because that will bond you in both ways. So this is a beautiful, beautiful balancing year for you, Aquarians, in your love relationships. I feel like some of you may get engaged because there's this balance, and we have the Four of Wands here. So that to me is a celebration card. That's a, you know, some say halfway to marriage card, but on the traditional it shows the people already together, you know. So it's like the deepening here and the intimacy that is deepening itself, the harmony is coming through your friendship. And so this fourth quarter, it's like between the third and fourth quarter, the transformation that happens is the drama disappears, and it balances, and it moves into this beautiful friendship that is also your love and sexual union. How beautiful is that? I mean, who doesn't want to have their lover be their best friend as well? You know, it's like the best of both worlds. You can have your adventure partner. Okay, so Aquarians, this is like your adventure partner. It's going to feel like your absolute best friend and also your lover. Like, how lucky. You know, it's a beautiful transition. So let me get the last couple messages from Spirit. So we're going to look at the Sacred Destiny Oracle to close out your reading, and the Shaman's Dream Oracle. So Spirit, what additional messages do you have for Aquarius for 2022? Looks really good, you guys. All right. And the Shaman's Dream Oracle here. For Aquarius. There we go. Okay. Bonus. All right, we have Healing Chaos. So this year, this also reminds me of the Tower card. So it feels like the chaos is healing. Chaos is necessary for change. The only thing that is consistent in the universe is change. Everything always changes. So what has seemed chaotic, especially maybe at the beginning of the year, that healing is going to occur. And then we have abundance. So you are absolutely moving into abundance. And it's because you're moving into balance. You're learning when to restrain, when to adventure, how to balance your energies. You're going through such a beautiful transformation this year. We have the Cosmic Womb. Let's see if you can see that. It says the Divine Feminine. So whether you're male or female matters not. You're really going to be moving into your intuitive faculties. The card number is a 6. It's a 6 year. So you're moving into the harmony of love, that divine feminine of receiving, learning to balance your action with the receiving. Okay, and then this one fell out at the end. It says Dream Thief, refusal of the call. And so let me read that because I really don't know what that one means. It's a 13, which yields a 4. It feels like, don't let anybody steal your dream. Okay, so it's saying the dream thief is rejection of the path of fulfillment and refusal of the call. This is the warning, okay? And this is where that restraint and adventure balance is coming in. This is where the chaos is coming in. It's saying the dream thief is a soft and compelling seductress. Her only purpose is to keep you hypnotized by comfort and sameness. She wants you to tell your old stories over and over so you don't evolve beyond them. Ask yourself whether you're reverting back to the familiarity of your origin story, of why you were wounded or when you were rejected. Do you talk about how your family molded you as a child without also acknowledging that you've already become someone else? Teaching from an old wound will never allow you a new adventure. Instead, bring to mind how you've already changed, remembering that you have new stories to rely and build upon. Do you want to move beyond the barrier of glass you've placed between you and the horizon? You can, and it's not difficult. Answer the call to a new adventure and drop your resistance to sailing the uncharted seas of your potential. The wind will soothe and sing the dream thief to sleep so you can wake up and move forward. You are so much more than you know. Now it's time to express what is laying dormant. Your new adventure has already begun. Okay? Get out of the familiar, Aquarius. Move into the new dream. That's what this chaos was meant for. That's what the Tower is moving you out of this. Don't let anyone or anything steal your dream from you and steal your inspiration from you. Okay? So that's just Spirit saying, write your new story because you are worth it. And 2022 looks amazing, and it's time for a new adventure. Step into the unknown and the void of all possibilities with assurance that you already have what you've asked for. Okay? So thank you so much. Thank you, Aquarius. And until next time.